Okay, I'm live. Okay, it's a little bit early. Hang on. It's 9:58. I don't even have this set up yet. So if you're in the chat, give me a second. There I am. Okay. I want to make sure we have. Whoa, we don't need to see all my legs. No, y'all don't know I don't have. Y'all don't need to know I don't have pants on. So let's take a moment for people to be in the chat, because normally I start right at 10, but live streaming has been weird lately, so I just went ahead and got started. So if you're here in the chat, hi, I'm Michelle from Unicorn and Centaur. Is it even 10 yet? No, it's almost. If you're watching this on the playback, this is a live stream. This is not edited content in any way. So it's going to be a lot of ums and uhs and me like talking to people in the chat. So, and if you're here live, say hi. So normally I do a live stream every week. Let me get into the chat. Oh, by the way, there's a hurricane at my house tonight. So we will see. The thumbnail. When I went to go live, why? And I also have a new phone, so I'm like, where's the volume? Deanna, hey! So I have a new phone that I am not sure totally how to work. And there's a hurricane at my house. So, and I started early, and the thumbnail, the way I'm doing the live streaming now, it takes a quick thumbnail, and I forgot to take the little piece of tape off my webcam because I can't have the government spying on all my Unicorn and Centaur activities. I guess I'm a super secret spy. I don't know. But tonight we're having hurricane juice, AKA oak leaf. And for those of you who don't know, I'm in Savannah, Georgia. And right now at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on what's today? The Wednesday, September 4th. There's a hurricane just offshore, like 150 miles from my house. But it's like we were supposed to have tropical storm conditions here today. And it's like raining lightly, and the most we've had, the wind kicked up to like 15 miles per hour earlier. What's up, Liam? Do you need to say hey?
Happy birthday, Beyonce, if you're watching this.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Look at this. I was like, let me just do a simple halo eye. And then I went crazy with my makeup too, because I'm an idiot. All right, so I've got the chat over here. Let's see if I can get that set up. Totally drinking my hurricane juice tonight. So I almost didn't do the live stream today, but because I didn't have anything else to do. We're under a curfew here in Savannah. Everybody's supposed to be in their house. Actually, we're under a mandatory evacuation. Technically, I'm supposed to be gone by now, but I'm not. So I need scissors. Where's my All right, let me get my scissors. The first thing I'm going to do, I am roughly going off of information that I got on a blog post, like a 6-year-old blog post that I've just found online. I wanted to make a custom saddle pad. I've been wanting to see, like, what's it like to make a saddle pad? So, but like buying fabric is expensive. And then you have to buy the fleece also, like the underlayer. This is clean, by the way, it's just stained. So you have to buy the fleece underlayer, and you have to get the top layer, and then you have to get batting or whatever for the middle. And then this trim is not cheap. This stuff that's on the edges here, like this can be several dollars per yard. So all of this together, if I was going to custom make a saddle pad, it might cost me $60, $70 just in materials. And then I have to make it, and that's just a lot when I can get them on sale for $10 online. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was struggling with this crafting live stream. Like, how am I going to do a custom made saddle pad without spending $100? Zadel's here. Hey, how is school going? Are you getting down to, like, I know you're getting to shoe drafts and stuff. And like getting on through the program. What's going on? Let's see. So first, okay, by the way, Zadel, while we are answering that, so instead of buying all the materials, I looked it up online and I saw where on this blog, a woman pretty much just takes an existing saddle pad and adds a layer of whatever fabric she wanted on top of it and then adds trim around it. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Why didn't I just think of that? That's way cheaper. I already have some fabric, which, by the way, where'd it go? Oh. So this fabric, which honestly, I think this fabric is hideous. Full disclosure, we bought this fabric years ago at Joann Fabric. It was on sale. Like we had a coupon and we were going to make curtains for Liam's room at the time, but got distracted by, ironically enough, hurricanes and things like that. So we never actually did, but this is the fabric. Now there's a lot to unpack here and it goes in two directions. So what I'm thinking of, so when we turn it upside down, it tells a different story. So parts of it are upside down. So I was going to do it sort of the same direction on both sides of the saddle pad so that the Doctor Who was upside down on one side, so that the upside down parts could be red on one side and the right side up could be on the other. Am I even talking normally? I haven't even had but 3 sips of wine, y'all. So I have this ridiculous fabric and I am going to put it on top of the saddle pad. And then I'm going to ride my horses and live happily ever after. Okay, so first thing to do, because we are going to put fabric on top of this, is to cut this stuff off right here. So here we go. Boom, you're gone. You can add them back on later, I guess. I don't know. I never use these, to be honest. I'm lucky enough, like I don't ride my horses hard enough for my tack to move all around. So I don't have the problem of like really needing billet straps and girth straps. I rarely use tack anyway. This is going to be like the rare occasions. This is a dressage pad, by the way, which I am a rebel. I will use this dressage pad with my all-purpose saddle, okay? Because it says all-purpose. What one of those purposes is dressage? Pretty sure right foot is broken. Oh no. Oh my God, that would be so cool if you could work for the Budweiser team. You would be in heaven. One and only Fluffy Cloud. Oh, thank you. It is a mess right now. This is my hurricane hairdo. My hurricane hairdo, just throw it up in braids and do something to it. So, okay, I have cut off the billet straps and the girth straps. The next thing is to cut some of this fabric. I'm going to have to fold it out. I don't really have like a cutting table or anything where I can really spread out all my work. That a question, might be getting another horse? Yes, that's always good news, isn't it? I'm so excited. Ooh, first to like, thank you. Thank you, one and only Fluffy Cloud. Is that it? Thank you. Do you have a horse, one and only Fluffy Cloud? One and only, that's a lot to say. Can I call you something shorter like Fluffy or a different name? I was just wondering, like, do you have a horse or are you a unicorn lover or are you just a crafty person? All right. I'm just going to cut off a bunch of this. Hang on. Because I'm going to fold it out and see what I want to do. I need to. I know I'm like fussing with it a lot, but I'm fussing. Okay. I'm going to cut it just above here. I feel like I'm fidgeting a lot. So outside, I might, by the way, anyone who's in the chat, I might lose power at any time. At any time, this live stream might be like, shoo, and we're done. There are power outages in Savannah right now. None in my neighborhood. But, oh, these are not the scissors. These are not for fabric. No, those are horrifying. Like the fabric just like squeezed between the blades and I almost died. Okay. So we're going to cut above here and hope that that's enough. If you are new to my live streams, I'm not really one on measuring things precisely. And sometimes that makes for entertaining live streams. Okay, so let's see, let's open this out and see what we've got. Y'all, this fabric is nutty. I'm going to go through it real quick so we can just look at the glory. And this is clearly some 11th Doctor stuff because we've got, we've got the Weeping Angels and we've got some Daleks and we've got the Silence. And then there's our Victorian team here. Y'all, you have no idea. I want to cosplay Madame Vostra so much. The Silurian Victorian lady. Oh my God, because she dresses all in black and that's like my thing. So if I had like an entire black Victorian outfit and then did some sort of like green makeup to do, I don't know if I'd want to do prosthetics, but I could just do the makeup. I would kill as Madame Vostra. I would look so good. Ooh. I'm getting all excited. Okay. So which part of this do I want to put on it? Is the question. What's the front of this? The front is this side. Okay, this is the front. So what if we have it say Doctor Who kind of down at the bottom? Well, but then that pulls that up here. Okay. But on the back of it, that's what we want. So I'm going to put it so the part that says Doctor Who can be seen as close to the bottom of the saddle pad as possible. So I need to move my wine bottle because I'm apparently a giant alcoholic. I'm also going to need some straight pins because I need to pin this in place and then cut it. Cut it. I am not sure if this is like straight. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Okay. Trying to look. Horse saddle pad is not completely square, so I'm not sure because this is rectangular. It might look off no matter what I do. Okay, I'm thinking that's what I want. That's where I want it. I'm about to pin this bad boy in place. Hi. It's Cherry Blossom. If you watched my last video on how to repair a fly mask, Cherry Blossom did a spectacular photobomb in that. So, fluffy. Okay. Zadel says, I'll be the only student to apply for the Budweiser team at my school. That's awesome. Hey, Ruby's here. The butterfly doula. Ruby, my dear, I'm just farting around and making things. It's not really, y'all, if you look at Savannah, Georgia and the hurricane and the radar for that on the Weather Channel right now, if you go to the Weather Channel, all the headlines are like, hurricane lashes Georgia and the Carolinas, and Hurricane Dorian's getting bigger in size. Oh my God. Which means, or it's getting stronger, which means it's getting smaller. Anyway, so you go and the headlines make it sound like we're all going to die. And then you look at the radar and there's like this giant storm and it looks like Savannah's like right underneath it. You're like, oh my God. But at my house, it's like raining lightly. Sometimes it stops. Every once in a while we hear the wind. And it's been like this all day. And it's bizarre to look at it online. Like people have to be, everyone's like messaging me and freaking out. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. But it was, it's lighter than it was forecast here. But now, y'all, I think the Carolinas are about to get hit. I think it's fixing to get ugly in the Carolinas. And I think a couple parts of the coast of Florida got tore up. And I don't even want to think about the Bahamas, y'all. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, the hurricane is not bad here. It's not even a hurricane. Ah, hey, Zookeeper, J Boney Designs. Nice. Just been messing around on the internet, not caring what's going on. Beaufort might get it pretty bad. Yeah, Beaufort actually might get hit. Charleston is going to flood. But yeah, be safe. Like, have somewhere safe to go. And anyone who is in the live stream who does not follow, there's a Facebook page called Enki Research, ENKI Research. Also, it's Enki Ops, ENKIOps.org, and there's a blog. If you're not on Facebook, just go to enkiops.org. It's a non-government organization, and the research scientists there post hurricane updates that are like no drama, no hyperbole, no hysteria. He just tells you what's going to happen. So if you read one of his posts and he's like, yeah, it's going to suck in the Carolinas, you should probably get out, then make your plans. But Deanna says the Budweiser factory is only a few hours from your house. Charleston's always going to flood. Yeah, Savannah always floods too. But right now, it's even the flood, the tide level right now is like a foot lower than they had forecast already. And already the estimates for how much rain we're going to get are dropping. So, okay, let me pin this in place. On the blog, they recommended this adhesive basting spray, which eventually like comes off, so it doesn't do everything all the time. It doesn't stay on. It's not like you can't like just do the adhesive. So I'm just pinning this in place. So I didn't get any basting spray, but I may do a quick basting stitch on this and baste it in place just so it doesn't move around, because it covers so much area. If you're new to sewing, a piece of fabric covering a bigger piece of fabric like this, you've just got so much potential for the fabric to kind of walk around and get distorted. So yeah, I hope Charleston's okay. And Charleston's carriage horses. I know at least one of the companies in Savannah evacuated the carriage horses here. My horses are actually sheltering in place, and they're being rained on right now, I think, but hopefully it's not too bad. But I mean, they're used to it. My babies, they have shelter. They have company. They have each other to huddle up with. So right now I am pinning this all around, and then I'm going to sort of cut it a little bit tighter to fit. Alrighty. So, and again, at any moment, our live stream may be completely interrupted by my sudden loss of power and or internet. So thank you for joining me tonight in the chat. I wasn't even sure I was going to do this because if you don't know, 3 years ago, the house that I'm in, the room that I'm in right now, was smashed with a huge pine tree from Hurricane Matthew. We were not in the house at the time. We were going to ride out the storm in the house. But when the storm, there was a recalculation in where the storm was going. And I was like, okay, I'm not comfortable with our worst case scenario. So we went to one of our fallback plans, because we have like 5 or 6 plans in a hurricane. We're not just like, oh, we're gonna, do this. So, so it's always like, at a certain level you evacuate, but then there's a level where you don't evacuate, but there's a gray area in the middle. Do we stay or do we go? And Savannah is so often in that area of do we stay or do we go? So after all that happened in Hurricane Matthew, I've started really following the hurricanes, like just following where they go and the weather patterns and everything. I need to do some in the middle, don't I? Yes. I'm going to poke myself with these pins, by the way. The ones I'm putting in the middle are totally going to poke me at some point. All right. See, because I already feel like it's gapping. Oh, please don't let this suck. I want this to be cute. I'm definitely not going to get it done by the time we're done live streaming. but maybe I can get started on it and see if this is dumb. I picked a saddle pad that I hate. I love that it's a Centaur brand, and I love that it's a Centaur brand, but it's like this yucky brown color and this like, ugh. It's like a beigey, nobody cares brown. And I'm just not here for that. So, I don't know. Just no. Okay. I may start at the top here and then work my way down. All right. The weeping angels don't blink. So I don't even know what season this is, but this is clearly like a particular season's, or at least an 11th Doctor kind of thing. Why isn't the Doctor on this, though? We've got the TARDIS on here, but like the only people we've got are Madame Vostra and her girl and Potato Guy. Can't even remember his name. Drax? Dax? No. Strax? Shit, I can't remember his name. Oh, and I just said the S word. Well, it's the Hurricane. The Hurricane made me. All right. Oh, hey, Jennifer's here. Jennifer has posted pictures of my babies. When I moved into my house, the whole thing was painted boring beige, brown, and peanut butter. Okay, normally I love peanut butter, but in paint colors, maybe not. All right, so I've kind of got this down. So I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of, I'm going to cut around the edge of the saddle pad. Y'all pray to whatever God you believe in. All right, don't go too far in, Michelle. Settle down. Calm down. I told y'all I don't measure anything, and sometimes that's a bad thing, and I feel like I'm skirting the edge right now. I feel like this could be a disastrous saddle pad that I have to figure out some way to fix. All right. All right. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's working. It's working. Okay, we've got one side done. Let's move this around. I wish I had a cutting table. One that was like at a real height too, not at the height of a regular table. When I was in college at MSU in Wichita Falls, Texas. Going too far in. I worked in the costume shop, and they had this cutting table that was amazing. It was just the right height so that if you were like an average height human, it didn't kill your back to bend over the table and cut your fabric. It was just so, you didn't realize how much you needed it until you had it. And you were like, I will never, ever cut fabric any other way ever again. Because I was used to laying things out on the floor or on a big table or whatever. So by the time you've laid out what you're, ouch. By the time you've laid out what you're cutting, your back is killing you. So that would be nice to have a studio with, I thought about like installing that on one of the walls, like something that just comes down here. And then I have a surface at like almost chest height to cut fabric. It's not like I do a lot of projects though. Of course, that would just fold up into the wall. Oh, and if I like painted something nice on the underside of it, so it was like art. And then when I needed to pull it down to make something, okay, now I'm having an idea. Okay. All right, I'm missing the edge of this. Diddly diddly dee. All right. This is about to look like something. Hang on, y'all. Okay. There we go. Boom. Look, it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. Yes. Okay. So my next step is going to be to I don't know if I need to pin it a little more or if I need to trim it a little more, I think. That is my goal. I'm going to trim it. Okay. Starting a company that sells handmade saddle pads, matching polos, fly bonnets. Oh wait, crochet is too difficult. Well, I do have an Etsy store, and I mean, I neglect it terribly. It's got like t-shirts, like the one that I designed with my unicorn drawing on it, and it's got there are some handmade items. Like right now it's just scarves, and I'm going to put more stuff. But yeah, I thought if I get good at one of these things, I can do it and, sell it on the Etsy store and be extra. But making stuff is a lot of work, and sometimes I get frustrated by the creative process, and I don't know if there's not like if it's not going to be mine at the end. I get emotionally attached to things. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right. Okay. I am trimming this. Now, one of the things this blog said was to just disguise this edge with a ribbon. Not sure if I'm going to do that, or if I'm going to use this casing to go all the way around. I did notice the brown kind of matches some of the tones that are in here. So I have put my scissors in like the groove that goes along the side here. And I am trimming this up. I'm going to put it on the sewing machine in a little bit. I'm going to move us around and put us on the sewing machine, and we're going to stitch this up on the edges. Here we go. Here we go. It's starting to look like a thing, y'all. We at least want to get through getting this side stitched on to see if this even works. Does this even work, this technique? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Don't panic, everyone. Don't panic. Oh, that's why I went off a little bit. That's the bottom where the girth goes. So there's no trim right there. Okay. That's all right. I'm not panicking. I feel where it starts up again. Is everyone still with me? Good, good, good. All right. Almost got this done. Almost got it trimmed. Again, this would probably take longer if I actually measured things. It would probably look nicer too. Oh no, did I do that? Did I do that too close? Mother poop stain. I'm such a... Look at me. See, and what was I just talking about? What was I just talking about, you guys? Okay. I think we're ready to take it to the sewing machine. Okay. All right, let me see if there's anything going on in the chat. Who's here? Jennifer. Rachel says hi. Hi, Rachel. A lot of tedious work. Once you create something, you just want to admire it all for yourself. I'm honestly really selfish with my art. I like it, and I make things that I like and I would use and I want. And so then, I don't know. Then it's like it's mine. But I'll make gifts for people too. And I do like making gifts for people because usually the whole time I'm making it, I'm thinking about the person. And I don't know. I really like that. So my sewing machine. My sewing machine is right behind me. Hang on. I might have to like thread it again. Hang on. I need to move you guys because we're going to be over here. Hang on. Nobody panic. Don't go away. No one will be seated during the We Are Changing Areas portion of the live stream. So here I am. I'm still here. Look at me. Okay. Hang on. We're going to put the wine over here. It's important. Come here. It's okay. Shh. It's okay, baby. Come here. Okay, hang on. Am I leaving those lights behind? Yes, I am. But I'm going to bring you over here to my sewing machine. And I can bring this light around. I can bring this light around. There we go. And then we can get something going on over here. Oh, wait, but I do need my chat. Dink. And I do need my wine. Dink. And we're back. Hey. Okay, let me move my beautiful art pieces my paintings of my babies. Okay. And the unveiling of the sewing machine. This is just a thing I knitted to go over the top of my sewing machine and prevent dust. I've got black thread in there right now. Hang on, you guys. I need some black thread on top. All right, so I need to thread my sewing machine. Uh-oh, hang on, I need to plug it in. I did not get properly set up. Okay, but in fairness, there's a hurricane outside, so don't judge me. How dare you? All right. Hang on, there's the pedal. Here's my little plug. And then I have to plug it in. Oof. Hold on, everyone. Ooh, bending over is hard when you're old. Okay. Okay. So, ta-da! First of all, let's thread the machine. Threading my machine. Whoa. This piece off. Up, down, take it through the thingy, take it through the other thingy. I'm sure this is just riveting live stream stuff. Wait, where are my scissors? What'd you do the other night? Watched a middle-aged lady thread her sewing machine and get drunk? D. But hey, we're hanging out together. It's a hurricane, people. Or at least, I mean, you can't even hear the rain on the live stream, can you? And here I am squinting to try to get this through. Okay, I have got my machine threaded, gang. Are we excited? You might have to move, Fred. Here. Hang on. It's a hurricane party. Yeah, it's nothing. Okay. Yeah, the rain. It picked up for just a second. Sometimes there's gusts of wind, and I think we're having gusts up to 20-something miles an hour. But, excuse me, our weather so far, it's been not a whole lot. It hadn't rattled anything. I mean, my point in the Hurricane Matthew story earlier of, losing our house, we were displaced for over a year while it was repaired. But we had very strong PTSD from that. Anytime we heard wind blowing, we would have all three of us, me and Scott and Liam, would have these crazy panic attacks. We have got none of that with this storm. This storm is like, now, I don't want to tempt fate or anything by saying, we're not scared of you. But I'm just saying, that's the level. What I'm trying to describe to y'all is that is the level of non-event that this is. For someone like me to be like, it's really nothing, then yeah, it really is nothing. And we're even past the point of, if it takes a sudden turn, even if it takes a sudden turn, it's not going to suddenly go 90 degrees to the left, which is what it would have to do. Okay. Can I even get this under here? Oh, Lord. Hang on. How do I adjust the foot? Uh-oh, my foot fell off. My foot fell off! The foot to my sewing machine fell off. So hang on. Let me put that back on. It's the hurricane. We're going to blame it on the hurricane. I hope I can get all of my layers under here, because I'm not sure how to. I don't know what I just did. Okay. Well, we'll see. This is a cheap sewing machine, so I can only assume. Oh, please let it go. What if it doesn't go through all these layers of fabric? Y'all. What time is it? It's only 10:30. What if we're done with the whole live stream because my $99 Singer sewing machine just poops out? Oh my gosh. This is a great sewing machine. My mom got this for me. but I don't know if it's meant to handle this many layers of fabric. Okay. All right, sewing machine, are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Is everyone, are y'all ready? Are you ready? Because I'm going to start. Okay. I'm going to break thread or a needle or something. What? It's already a mess. Hang on. What? My bobbin vomited. The underside of my fabric, it just, that's all. We used to call that bobbin vomit. From underneath, my sewing machine is like, no. All right, well, hang on. If I can't hand stitch this into place, I mean, I could hand stitch all of that mess into place. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to try one more time. Y'all say little prayers for me. Fred wants to watch. You leave Fred alone. He's a timeout. He knows what he did. Charles James. Oh, you were crazy. Glad you still have electricity. I could spin a bobbin with a drill. That's pretty cool. Because sometimes, does it go even when you spin it? Because sometimes when it's not loaded evenly, it can be kind of like wonky on the bobbin. Is that a term, like a real term? Okay. I don't know. So I'm cutting off my bobbin vomit here, and I'm going to see if I can do this again. My poor sewing machine. What happened to you? What, did you not like it? Did I pick the wrong saddle? You know, I do. This may be just really a thick one. This centaur pad is like huge and fleecy. This one does feel, this is one of the, this is a Dover one. This is the one we painted the gur on in the crafting live stream, and another of the crafting live streams. It feels a little bit thinner. I wonder if one like this would be a little bit better for sewing through. Again, with this machine that just does not quite have the power. All right, we're going to try this again. Is everybody ready? Are we ready? Let me make sure we are threaded correctly. Let's loosen the tension a little bit. How about that? How about that? Let's loosen this up a little bit too. The stitch length and the tension have been loosened. That means nobody should be tense. The tension has been loosened. Get under there. I'm going to hurt you. Okay. All right. I don't know why I bothered backstitching. No, I feel it happening. I feel it happening. Dang it. I can't even get my fabric out of here. Y'all. All right. This has turned into a giant fail. Here's bobbin vomit number 2. So it's too much for the machine to handle. It's just coming out the bottom. This is a hand stitch project now. I don't know what we're going to do now. Let's go back. Let's take a moment to regroup and maybe fill our wine glasses, and then we shall decide what to do. And it's getting hot in here, you guys, under these lights. I am shining a little bit, and I'm not happy about that. Well, I am disappointed. I'm like angry and disappointed. And I feel like I can't talk to this saddle pad anymore. I don't know what to do with my sewing machine. I'm going to sit it in the corner and let it think about what it did. We're going to put it to sleep. Here you go. Not to sleep, to bed. I shouldn't say that. Good Lord. Thank you for coming to my live stream. Tonight has been a dismal failure, but there's a hurricane 150 miles offshore, and I don't know if I'm going to have power much longer, so actually, who am I kidding? I might have power all night long. We're going to move back over to the table because it's more comfortable over there. Hang on, everyone. Gotta move that light. Then we got to move this. Okay, we're going back over there. Everybody go. It's okay. I'm not leaving you. I'm right here, okay? I'm right here. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, baby. There you go. Okay. Okay. God, and I have to pee too. Y'all, I had like 3 Diet Dr. Peppers tonight. Please don't judge me. They're hurricane snacks. They are 0-calorie hurricane snacks. So I'm going to need everybody to not judge me. But I had 3 Diet Dr. Peppers in preparation for this evening. And now I'm drinking wine. So my brain is like, okay. All right, well, that was a dismal failure. Here's a note. If you want to customize a saddle pad in this way, and you're using a really thick saddle pad, you need to make sure you have a machine. You might not need an industrial machine, but you might require a sewing machine with a bit more oomph than whatever, this machine. This is a wonderful machine for just stitching together fabric and clothes and stuff, but this is just too much of a project. So, over for a moment. All right, let's recover. Where are you? Come over here. You guys are over here. Now you're over here. All right. Okay, so I guess I need a needle and thread. Let me get the thread from under here. Wait, no, I'll just. Okay, let me get out my sewing box. I've got to regroup. I have to mentally rethink this. What in the world? It's like 10:40. Oh, did I go offline? Hopefully I didn't go offline. It looks like the chat is, the chat is like doing a circle-y thing. I can still see myself going, but I can't see the chat. Anyway, I'm going to keep going just in case I'm still going. All right. Oh my God. I'm like totally sweaty. Thread. Needles. Okay. Well, here we go. If you guys are in the chat and you're talking and I can't see you, just know that I love you and I am about to thread a needle. So I have a little container full of needles here. Honestly, this is turning this into a forever project for me. I'm not going to get this done during the live stream. So I'm probably going to sit up with this tonight. I'm going to do a little bit of this with you guys tonight and sit up with you. And then this looks more of like a learning from failure than a let's do a cool project on a live stream night. But yeah. So this may end up taking me forever. I'm still going to do it. But then I may need to find some different fabric for a different one. What are you doing, little girl? Hi. Come here. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Do you not like the people? Look, they're up there. They're up there. Do you see? There's pins on this. You don't want to start licking your butt. There's pins. You're going to stick yourself. Do you feel the pins? They're under your butt right now. Did you just actually look at the camera? Okay, well, cherry blossom, I have to choose. Where are my needles? I have to choose a needle for hand sewing. There are yarn needles in here, and there are hand sewing needles. And I am starting to feel the effects of my hurricane juice. I think I want this one. So y'all, your girl getting lit. Okay. Oh, my phone is still doing the doodly thing, so I don't even know if I'm broadcasting anymore. I could just be like talking drunkenly to myself in my room in Savannah. That's kind of pitiful, you guys. It'd be the story of my life, though. Like, my God. What are you doing, little girl? Where are you going? She's leaving us. No. It always feels so sad. These ears are starting to hurt my head. I can't anymore. I literally, bye. I can't. I also, speaking of can't, my eyes are getting old. Okay. We are threading a needle. I might actually need thicker thread than this. I am double threading the thread. I'm doubling it up. But even then, I might need a button or a craft thread. Do I have that? I might have it in white. Actually, gonna look. There is quilting thread, which is thicker than regular thread. There's also button or craft thread, which is thicker than normal thread. Like this thread, if I wanted to, I could just pull and snap this. But button or craft thread is going to be a little bit more sturdy. That's all purpose. I swear to God, I had some button. Oh my God, and I really have to pee. Y'all, I might totally have to leave the live stream for a second and like go to the bathroom. And I'm not taking my computer in there with me. Especially, there's a bathtub full of water in there. We filled our bathtub with water because in case the storm got crazy and our water got cut off, that we'd be able to flush our toilet. So that's what that's about. So, oh yeah, I see the chat now. Ruby says, "Oh, Kitty, that's Cherry Blossom." Ruby, I know you may not be interested in how to repair a horse fly mask, but the last video I did has a cameo and some bloopers with little Cherry Blossom licking her butt. So that may be something you'd be interested in. Before I get into trying to sew this bad boy, I'm going to show you guys what I plan to do with the outside of it. The blog that I went to suggested taking ribbon and then stitching ribbon on the area like between where this is brown and where the fabric is, like where this really weird trim is. There would be like a piece of ribbon, either white. I might choose white because it would mimic the comic book panel look. So I might take some white ribbon and then take that around the entire edge of it to cover up that piping. But I also might finish it this way. I have, from doing the fly mask, I have this double fold thick bias tape, which just can go around the entire edge of the thing here. So this can be, like, it can go around the edge of it and be the little outside thing. So I might do something like that as well, or something like, or a black ribbon to take around the edge. Anyway, so that is how we're thinking of finishing this. Right. I like the white ribbon idea. I know it'll pop, which means if I hand stitch it around the edges and it looks really rough, it's going to be obvious. Black is so much more forgiving when you do things out of dark colors. But the white would look so good. I may try that. Especially since it will sort of pick up the white panel motif that we've got going on here. So I might just hand stitch and chit chat with you guys. Are y'all working on creative projects, by the way, or are you just watching me be an idiot on YouTube? Like sometimes I don't know. Because I want to know what y'all are working on. That's why I have the Extra Equestrians Facebook group, so that when you guys are doing stuff like this, or painting saddle pads, or making bonnets, or like I know Amy, one of our Extra Equestrians, Amy, she's gone to bed already, so she's not joining the chat tonight. But she crochets unicorn horns for her little miniature horses, and so where was I going with this? Hang on, let me drink. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I should just like baste this in place. Honestly, if I'm going to add a trim or something. All right. And I'm going to start this way because this way makes more sense. So, okay, here we go with this idea. I'm going to do a basting stitch which is pretty much what if you don't know sewing, a basting stitch has very wide stitches. It's not meant to be the final stitch. I don't know if you can see my needle in the fabric there, and that they're very large stitches. It's not meant to be the final stitching, but I may get some, if I get some white ribbon to cover up this weird piping right here. I wonder if that removes easily. We're going to find out when I run out of fabric. Hang on. Or when I run out of thread. So right now I'm just kind of going through the top layer. It's a basting stitch. It's going to be taken out when I'm done. As a hand stitching project, honestly, the part about this that's going to suck is quilting the middle. All right. And when you're doing a basting stitch, you don't even have to tie it off at the end because it's just holding it in place. It's tacking the fabric down. That's all we are doing. Okay, so that holds that edge down, which means I don't need those pins anymore. Be gone. Then we can do that. So I have basted the edge down. Black is forgiving. Ruby, I'm plucking chin hairs. Do you know what, Ruby? It's been like 2 years since my chin hairs have grown back. I started growing chin hairs in college. I remember noticing them, being in class one day and being like, what is that? And then feeling it. And it's chin hairs. I had 2. And then one of them turned white. Like I had a black one and a white one growing out of my chin. It was crazy. And then for the last couple of years, the last time I plucked them, they never grew back. So keep fighting, girl. Pluck those chin hairs, because one day they're just going to be like, why bother? She's just going to pluck me. There you go. That's my inspirational speech for you tonight, Ruby. Just keep plucking those chin hairs. You can do it, because one day they're going to give up. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. All right, y'all. And on that note, I'm going to have even more wine. Ruby, I wish you lived closer. Oh my God, girl. So we could like hang out for real, because you're one person I know I could trust to see like the nastiness of my house and to see me in my underpants, and we could just like hang out and drink wine and not care what we look like. Don't you love being that friend to someone who doesn't care what they look like around you? All right, what was I doing? I was basting this in place. I need to continue basting. We must continue basting, Cherry Blossom. It is important. I am sweating. Ugh, y'all. Where did I put my... Oh, there's my... So I'm going to baste the fabric into place. And then I'm going to see if I can find some white ribbon. I might have white ribbon in my stash. That sounds like a unicorn. I have like a little stash of trim and things that would be appropriate for unicorn horns. And white ribbon sounds like something I would have. Y'all, why am I looking down my nose like I have my glasses on? I don't know. I'm weird. All right, we're almost done with this live stream. It's almost time for me to go pee. It still has not rained above a trickle outside. Like, I can't tell if it's raining or if it's just the water dripping off the roof from earlier. That's how lightly it's raining. The cats are confused. When there are storms, we don't let them go outside. We keep them inside. But there's 2 of them that go outside all the time. So when we have storms and we keep them inside, they're like, what's going on? Like, why is life? All right, where did I end that basting stitch? So I'm just going to continue with a little bit of a basting stitch on around the edge. What are you guys doing? What's going on in your life? Wish I lived closer. Right. I will keep fighting the chin hairs. Keep up the good fight, girl. I mean, what? I'm not saying you can't have chin hairs, because smash the patriarchy and all that. But if you don't want chin hairs, then I don't want them for you, and I will fight for your right not to have chin hairs. Right. I know women who shave their faces because it makes their makeup lay better on their skin. And there are times I have like a lot of like really fine baby peach fuzz hairs on the side of my face. And sometimes when I'm like putting powder on or whatever, then I'm like, I can see it in the light. And I'm like, I can understand why people do that. So, and I don't shave other body. I have like armpit hair and leg hair, but if I pluck my eyebrows and I pluck my chin hair. So facial hair, you're on notice. The rest of my body hair, I'm feminist AF. I'm like, no, y'all get to grow wherever you want. Grow beautiful body hair. You are wonderful. You're natural. Everybody loves you. But that chin hair or the eyebrows start growing in right here. And I'm like, oh, hell no, you are gone. So there's my beauty double standard for myself. Everyone with a face. I also pluck my menopause mustache. I'll get like little black mustache hairs on the corners of my mouth. And so, yeah, my little menopause mustache. I pluck that out. But yeah, no, the hair on my legs, I've got legs like a draft horse. You know, draft horses have feather on the bottom of their legs. That's what I think of. Because like my thighs don't really have any hair on them. But my calves are like floof. And I've been doing it so many years that I forget that other people aren't used to it. And every once in a while I'll catch someone staring at my legs. And I'm like, aw. I haven't checked in with the chat. Hang on. Dang, this one has fat legs. I'm watching the little, if you don't know wine, the legs are how it drapes down the side of the glass. I didn't say that right. But if you know wine, hopefully you know wine. Hey, Britt's here. Sounds like the storm's not so bad. Ruby says I could be Frida Kahlo if I didn't pluck. She was proud of her unibrow, okay? She wore that proudly. She wore her... See, Frida Kahlo was like the opposite of B. She wore her facial hair very proudly. Brittany, hey, what's going on, Brittany? You evacuated to Atlanta. And yeah, we're only getting like some rain here. Jennifer, I don't know what you're getting on the south side, but at my house, I'm like at 52nd and 52nd and Skidaway. On the east side, and all day long it's been like 10 to 15 mile per hour winds and just a little bit of rain here and there. There have been long periods of time where there's no rain at all. But yeah, rain and wind. Every once in a while we get a gust of wind and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And then nope. I went to a tack store. Which tack store did you go to? You're in the Atlanta area. Did you go to Horsetown or did you go to another one in that area? I want to live vicariously through you, Brittany. Please tell me everywhere you shop today. Tack Trolley. I haven't heard of them. Are they good? Is it like a local store in Atlanta? I kind of wish I went to Atlanta. I have a couple of really cool friends in Atlanta that I should have been like, hey, can I come spend the week with you? All right. Where did I leave off? Wait a minute. Oh. Huh. Okay. So, okay, if you tuned in to figure out how to customize a saddle pad, let's say you're not a personal friend of mine and you're not doing this to be nice. Let's say you actually tuned in to figure out how to make a saddle pad customized. First of all, bless you for staying with me this long. Second of all, nothing. Second of all, my tips are make sure you have a machine that can handle a thick saddle pad or use a very thin saddle pad. Otherwise, this becomes a very time-consuming hand sewing project, which honestly, like when I'm stitching this up, this little dual-purpose polyester cotton fiber, all-purpose thread, whatever this is, does not feel strong enough. I'm like, we're going to tear this up with riding. Because, you know, equestrians know it can't just be some cheap stuff thrown together. It has to be good quality. It has to be well made. We're riding horses in this stuff. We're driving horses in this stuff. It's important that it's put together well, that the stitching is done correctly, that weak points are reinforced. These are important things. You can't just get boots from Payless and start riding in them. They're going to fall apart in a week. There's a reason horse stuff costs so much, is because it's got to last through all this crap. All right, where did I end up? Okay. I'm still basting this stupid thing on. You guys, this live stream did not go as I expected. Honestly, though, wait, what did I expect? There's a hurricane off the shore of my house right now. So I guess I'm lucky that I even have people watching at all. If you've been here tonight, thank you. I actually really like doing these live streams. There's something about knowing I'm being watched and interacting with the people who are watching me that is oddly calming. And for someone who has anxiety, that's a lot. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is about it. And honestly, it sounds like it's something that should cause anxiety, doesn't it? Being live. And anybody could join the live stream. I'm not in charge of who joins. You guys came here voluntarily, but people could be searching for it and just find it. And then they're like, who is this crazy lady? All right. Oh, hang on. I don't even know if I'm making sense. I never know if I'm making sense. Okay. All right, I haven't even really been into the hurricane snacks. We were saving all of our hurricane snacks for when the power went out, but obviously the power has not gone out here. I just heard a siren. I don't know if you guys could hear that on the live stream, and it sounded like a police siren. I live in a lower income neighborhood, and so police sirens are more common than fire or ambulance. And they all have different sounds. I guess I should say lower income. That doesn't necessarily mean higher crime. I did not just do that live on the internet. Y'all, excuse me. I think somebody needs to put me in the corner on timeout. Thank goodness I'm not wearing the microphones tonight. I did get new microphones, but they seem to cause a delay in the recording, so I didn't want to mess with them tonight. I'm going to have to figure that out and see what's going on. I have tech problems. There's always something to figure out. Every time I think I'm on top of stuff, something else blows up or something else goes wrong that I have to figure out what to do. I guess that's life. All right, but I get to take pins out of this thing. So in theory, this is what it's going to look like, you guys. It's going to be a Doctor Who saddle bed. Actually, that does look cute. And instead of the stripy edge, it's going to be like a white edge with the brown around the edge. I think it's actually going to be cute. I'm not going to bother putting the billet strap back on or the girth strap. Again, I don't use them. I don't work my horses hard enough to really need straps that keep my saddle pad in place. I don't know if I should be proud or ashamed of that. Anyway, I am going to continue basting all of that into place. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 11:02. Very cute. Nice burp. Brittany might. Oh, Jennifer, I didn't know you had an industrial machine. Maybe. Yes. With the I do kind of want to make like brow bands for my unicorn horns and stuff too. Girl, we need to talk for real. Jennifer, not kidding. Look at me. I'm drunk enough to talk real talk right now. We need to sit down and have a serious talk, heart to heart, mind to mind, business to business, woman to woman. We need to talk about what's going on in our lives and our businesses, and really get to where we can support each other. I want to support you more than I do already, and I want to get better at it. And I feel like, I don't know. I'm saying too much. Anyway, shh. Okay, shh. Drunk Michelle, shh. Shh. Okay, hang on. That went down the wrong way. Hang on, you guys. I'm so glad you could all be here for the moment when I inhaled my wine. How long have I been on YouTube now? Over a year and a half. And I finally inhaled the entire thing. Y'all, okay, here, my saddle pad, we are still working on it. Oh my gosh. Brittany watching a dog. Bailey at a beach photo. Oh no. Brittany, are you watching sad movies? Well, Brittany, when you get back, I think your mare will be just fine. I know you've got her holed up. Ruby, please don't joke. I know it totally went down into the right into the lungs. You guys, this chat has been all over the place tonight. The live stream has been all over the place, but thank you for showing up. I love you all so much. Jennifer, I love you. Ruby, thank you. Brittany, oh my gosh, you guys. And thank you to everybody who showed. There were people earlier like Zadel and Joanna showed up and gosh, who else? Fluffy, the one and only Fluffy Cloud. And that equestrian, Ashley, I think is your name. I'm trying to remember. I'm terrible with names, you guys. Thank you. This was a long and crazy day waiting for a hurricane that never really showed up. And so I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys being here with me at the end of this crazy, crazy day. I'm going to shut things down now and we're going to close up for the night. And I hope if you are in the path of the hurricane, I hope you are taking appropriate precautions to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. And if you're not in the path of the storm, maybe consider donating to a cause that helps people. Like, God, the Bahamas need it right now, you guys, for real. Anyway. Evil Galen, I'm safe. I'm in Canada. Oh, good. Yes. Actually, it's supposed to come up to Canada. If you're on the East Coast, you might get some of the storm too. So, hey. But I am shutting down the live stream. Oh, my goodness. And I will see all of you guys next week and for a tag chat. So thank you so much for being being here with me during the hurricane, right? Oh, you're in British Columbia. Oh yeah, that's the other side. You don't have to worry about hurricanes on that side then, do you? So thank you. Join me again next week when I will have Adriana with me. There will be no hurricanes, we promise, and we will be doing some tack chat and cleaning our tack. So join us for that. Thanks.